The Eastern Mediterranean is also heating up. And the reason for this is that the United States of America, the key backer of the State of Israel, is now shifting America's military resources, its warships, to West Asia. Now, this is in response to the Israeli attacks on Iran and a possible reprisal by the Iranians. Now, reports now suggest that the American Navy has directed the destroyer USS Thomas Hudner to begin sailing towards the Eastern Mediterranean. It has directed a second destroyer to begin moving forward so that it can be available as needed in case of Israel wanting it to be used. Now, the fresh deployment comes even as President Donald Trump has held talks with his National Security Council principals to discuss the situation. The forces in the region have been taking some precautionary measures for days, including having military dependents voluntarily depart regional bases. This in anticipation of the strikes and also to protect those personnel in case of a large-scale response from Tehran. There are typically around 30,000 American troops that are based in West Asia. However, that number has surged to as high as 43,000 last October amidst the ongoing tensions between Israel and Iran, as well as the continuous attacks that have continued on commercial and military ships in the Red Sea. The USS Thomas Hudner is a U.S. Navy's Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer. It plays a strategic and also a tactical role, especially in the high-tension regions, capable of defending against ballistic missiles. Equipped with the Aegis BMD capability, it can help intercept short and medium-range missiles, offering a defensive shield for allies such as the State of Israel predominantly, and also for Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates if they so need. On the 1st of October in 2024, the U.S. naval destroyers had fired about a dozen interceptors in defense of the State of Israel, as the country came under attack by more than 200 missiles that were fired by Iran. All right, now joining us from New York, we've got our correspondent Susan Tehrani, who's joining with more information. Susan, this is the second straight night of attacks that we've witnessed where the Israelis have targeted the Iranian nuclear infrastructure. What is very closely being watched is what role Americans, of course, play here. Now, there are reports that the Americans are moving their naval vessels closer to Eastern Mediterranean. What are you picking up from your end about what America intends to do at a time when tensions are escalating in West Asia?
Yeah, well, Israel is in a state of high alert right now. And as you rightly mentioned, the United States is moving its ships towards Israel, closer to Israel, should there be retaliation from the Islamic Republic of Iran. President Trump has made a number of statements. It's important to note that he's meeting with his security cabinet right now as we speak. He has mentioned that he knew everything about the attack that Israel was carrying out. In a recent interview to the New York Post, earlier he spoke to the Wall Street Journal and said that he knew about it. We also are hearing that the United States is in talks to see how it can assist and help Israel in coordination should Iran retaliate. So the ball right now is in Iran's court. But nonetheless, it's also important to note that the United States has some 40,000 personnel in and across the Middle East. It is very important that these assets remain safe. United States personnel for the Trump administration, of course, is of high priority. So should Iran go after any of those forces through one of its proxies, notably in Iraq, then we will see that the United States will likely get directly involved in these operations. Right now, first, we heard from Secretary Rubio last night that the United States was not involved in these attacks. We are later learning that it was coordinated, while not militarily. The United States was full aware of it. The White House is trying to be murky regarding this, but the statements coming out of President Trump's office definitely signal that. So we'll have to wait and see how Iran retaliates, where it retaliates, and then we'll get a better understanding of to what extent the United States wants to get involved again.
Interesting. Thank you very much, Susan Tehrani, for joining us with all those details there.
Keep covering that flag towards your side!
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.